What's up your sleeve this time, Merlin? Revelio.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully by the time you... I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Hello, Hamura. Revelio.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been...
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right, but we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man, but even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and be worthy of Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Oh, tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
You may have shared Mr. Bickle's fate if you had spoken out against Harlow as he requested.
Unfortunately, I suspect you're right.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
If any dark poison.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Revelio.
Oh, hard work and good luck go hand in hand.
Revelio.
My mother used to say I was angry.
That he must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio.
If it thinks it's got...
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward.
Revelio. Lumos.
Door.
Revelio.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
Using that girl as bait, no one's coming for her.
Revelio.
Arlo says her friend had been reckoned enough. He wants them alive.
Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to get it alone.
Just keep an eye out.
Revelio.
Hey.
Every traveling vendor that passed through here, they never see it.
Better luck next time.
My wand!
The rest of them are
Avada. What?
Revelio. Revelio.
I'd rob my own father if there were galleons in it. Not my mother.
Revelio.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
Revelio.
What?
Revelio.
Aye.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll... Tell
me to say nothing. Boss will deal with her when he
Revelio.
Natty must be here somewhere.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr.
Revelio.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something. My wand is somewhere in this room. I can tell.
Revelio.
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back.
Revelio.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Revelio.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and...
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife, Miss Onai. Your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, they've also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Handy resource indeed. Guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time. Poachers? Carniff was right then. I'd better be careful.
Revelio.
How many nippers you could find down there? Mind you, I do have a knack.
my book. I'll not be your marionette!
You can't keep me down for long. Reduction!
Slippery as a...
I've heard...
That goblin elm.
Incendio! Incendio! Confringo! Potato! Incendio!
We had plans for that immigrant you stole.
Confringo!
Coward! Reduction! Really a scrap!
Imperial!
Beneath me!
Self-made!
Reduction!
Expelliarmus.
Aloha Mora. Which one of you is Biscuit?
Revelio. 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 Now, I'm only trying to help. Oh, no, you don't. All right, Biscuit. Let's get you back to Garniff, shall we? Hogsmeade, here I come. There you go.
Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio. Garneth, I've rescued
You have? Oh.
Biscuit is fine, as am I. I was able to rescue her without much incident.
Oh, mercy. Where poachers are concerned, I tend to expect the worst. I cannot wait to get her home. I so miss seeing her dance in the evenings. Such joy.
I think Biscuit will be safer with me, Garneth.
What? No. You can't take my biscuit from me. What will I do without her?
Biscuit is clearly not safe with you, and I know how to protect her.
Perhaps Ramrock was right about wizard kind, always thinking yourself superior to others. May I never be so unfortunate as to cross paths with you again. What shall I do without Biscuit?
What are you up to now?
Ah, I have been meaning to speak with you.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would... My mother and I tried to go on without him, but a few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what he and my mother raised me to believe that it is a... I know there is risk involved.
I'm sorry, Natty.
He was. We all have our burdens.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. We are making progress. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Just ask Donkey Pop House. Obviously.
Revelio.
Oh, you are too kind. We thank you. Peace. Oh.
Revelio.
Sorry, I'm sorry!
That's it.
My side of the dormitory.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was.
Revelio.
All those new and expensive reports, and you leave them on platform 9 and 3/4. You are damn lucky that the station guard found them first, and sending a rememberable in the post. By Mo, don't lose that too.
Bombarda. Revelio. Revelio.
Never forget what that Hufflepuff girl said in 1421. What lovely stone.
Ah! You should see your face!
Revelio.
Somebody help! I'm kidnapped!
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida.
Oh, the Ministry will hear about this! The fiends will rot in Azkaban!
Hello, Craig.
Oh,
Unless you want your classmates to know how you really feel about them, you might reward me for my time.
Oh, you're not at all who I thought you to be.
And you're not who I thought you to be. Based upon your diary, you seem terribly judgmental.
Fine. I shall pay you. But you cannot begin to imagine what I shall be writing about you next. Should never have trusted them.
Revelio. 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 Revelio.
Some days are more difficult.
Lassie, is everything all right?
There are times when my father's absent, but this is not one of those times. He should still be here.
It's not your fault, Natty. There's nothing you could have done to prevent it.
That is what my mother says. But he died protecting me. And I cannot help but feel guilty over that. I find myself reliving the moment more often than I would like. I believe I would feel less helpless if I could truly put an end to Harlow and the rest of... Of course, you have put an end to, and that will benefit many for years to... With Harlow on the prowl, there can be no real peace. Each day he remains free, he does more damage, leaving people like Archie Bickle to suffer the
I agree, Natty. We'll get him. I've never seen someone so...
Thank you. Thank you for speaking with me. It was very helpful.
Avada. Expelliarmus.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Revelio.
Revelio.
I don't find potions bearable at all. And if it's double potions, I question whether I wouldn't just rather be a muggle.
All the time.
Revelio. The bells must be upstairs. Alohomora. Found them. I'll have to get those up there somehow. Wingardium Leviosa, perhaps? Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. One up, one to go. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Well, that wasn't too hard. Evangeline should be pleased about this, even if Black isn't.
Revelio. Revelio.
Perhaps you can meet me on the harbor. Do you think Elizabeth would like...
There you are! Do you have any news of Marmaduke's crest?
What was it you needed my help with, Samantha?
You were going into the tomb east of Brockborough where my ancestor was laid to rest. There, you were to place a crest upon his sarcophagus. I'm hoping that will reverse the curse that has turned my brother's feet to beads.
You think Gareth will...
Imagine solving a riddle that I mentioned and then not...
Revelio.
Hogwarts survives the rain.
If he thinks he's getting away with this, he hasn't.
The bells are back up, Evangeline.
Oh, you're a credit to the school. I can't wait to hear them. Future generations may not true. You don't know how much this means for me and for Hogwarts.
Hello again, Adelaide. Any word of your uncle?
Still nothing, I'm afraid. As I mentioned,
Hello, Hamura. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Revelio.
Well, I woke up to one.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Revelio. Hello, Hamura. Leviosa. Expelliarmus. Arresto Menendri. Expelliarmus. Accio. Leviosa. Expelliarmus.
Showing off is a mumble trick.
Revelio.
I adore the hammer.
Let's play some... I'm in. Let's do it.
Brilliant! There you are. Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game. All in the wrist. was one for the ages. Accio. Try to beat that. I'll let you have that one. Accio. Well done. You beat me. Bit of good luck, that's all.
I'm not lucky, I'm simply better than you.
All right, fine. You're right. You're better than me. I'll let the others know you're good enough to keep playing.
The others?
I lost 7 matches in a row to Samantha Dale. The others who play Summoner's Court thought that if you couldn't beat me, you wouldn't be enough of a challenge.
Leander, there's no easy way to say this. Well, actually, there is. You're not cut out for it.
Well, you could have found a harder way to say it. But perhaps you're right. I'll let the others know you're good enough for them.
Leave it to Binns to make the most interesting school in the world seem dull.
Oh dear, do mind the tiles. Some of them can be most potent.
I've always said that travel...
My older sister taught me.
Revelio.
What are you up to now?